What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Savvy, and welcome back to the Savvy Show. And in today's episode, we have another animation from TheRubber, and it looks like a SCP version of Aquaman. No cap, guys. This is SCP-924, the Ice Water Men. So it might be a race of Aquaman-esque anomalies or merman people, who knows? But you know, like always, we're gonna find out today. So with that being said, if you guys are excited for this reaction and you do enjoy it along the way, please remember to smash that like button, also smash the sub button, and hit that bell so you stay plugged for each and every upload. And now, without any further ado, let's get this show started. Alrighty, SCP-924, the Ice Water Men. Let's go.
Viewer discretion is advised. A body was hauled onto the boat. It looked like it has been dead for days and submerged underwater for a very long time. It looked unnaturally pale, no signs of injuries, and the antlers on the body's head
Those are
looked
antlers?
real, almost too real.
What the heck?
Suddenly, the thing opened its eyes and grabbed the nearest person and dived into the icy water.
Oh my god.
Another ran forward to save him, but was also dragged against his will.
What do you mean ran? He just reached his hand out. What is that gonna do?
The remaining fishermen ran to the bridge to radio for help. Before they could establish a connection, a spear went through his body and pinned him against the console.
What the heck?
No, please, no. Hello, everybody. I'm TheRubber. Today, we bring you a SCP...
So this SCP was plain dead, it looked like? He was like walking on land and everything.
Foundation Euclid-class object
Bamboozled him.
SCP-924. SCP-924, also known as the Ice Water Man,
Whoa.
is a species of pale humanoid.
Okay, yep.
These entities have the appearance of a waterlogged human corpse with the addition of several bony, antler-like growths on the head and a set of external gills located just below the ribcage.
So those are gills? The heck? And also they're supposed to look like corpses, like humanoid corpses, so that's probably why those other people thought he was dead. Wow, I guess that's just how they look like. And maybe he was just sleeping.
To function properly, 924 requires a near-freezing Arctic environment and will lapse into a state of estivation if the water around it arises above 4 degrees Celsius.
Oh, okay.
924 is an ambush predator. It attacks prey from underwater using either a hole in the ice as an appropriate ambush location or by simply breaking through the ice itself. It is highly sensitive to both smell and vibrations, allowing it to track prey from significant distances or through the ice. If the attack is successful, the target is promptly drowned. After that, 924 will drag the body down to the ocean floor for consumption. After 1 to 6 hours, the drowned bodies will be released to the surface. The recovered bodies show all signs of prolonged submersion and high pressure, as well as liquefaction and consumption of internal organs and muscles.
Damn.
924 was first recorded as a series of mysterious disappearances of ice fishermen in an undisclosed area. The local authorities, after being alerted on a fishing vessel which had not returned from a fishing expedition, dispatched Agent Kurt and Sergeant Marlowe to investigate. The pair rented a speedboat from the village and rowed out to sea. Following the coordinates and information from the villagers, they soon found the fishing vessel.
Nice.
The boat was floating idly on calm water, with thin sheets of ice blocks closely surrounding it. No signs of life. They waded through the ice to get closer to the boat. Once aboard, a pungent stench assaulted their nostrils.
The corpse?
Sergeant Marlowe was about to hurl, but he held it in. Agent Kurt drew his pistol. Careful, something's not right here. As they explored the deck, they saw a trail of dried blood. One end of it led towards the edge of the boat.
Is he still on the boat, though?
They followed the trail and found themselves in the bridge where it had originated from. There was no body, only bits and pieces of flesh of unknown origins littered along the trail of blood.
Oh, wow. So we ate him on the boat? I thought this SCP drags their prey to the depths of the water and then, eats them there. Why is there flesh up here?
Sergeant Marlowe couldn't hold it anymore. He excused himself out of the room hastily.
Come on, Sergeant.
Agent Kurt sighed and continued to inspect the scene. The fire axe was secured behind the glass. No signs of struggle. The control console was heavily punctured with a large hole in the middle. Blood covered the broken console.
Why does the blood look like that?
He looked out to the window.
Why is it not red?
The pale sky and gray sea split apart by the horizon with nothing in between. The boat had ventured far, and now stranded in the middle of nowhere. As he tried the radio, he heard a scream. he rushed out and saw Sergeant Marlowe stumbling at the edge of the boat.
Oh?
A crude spear had impaled his chest.
Dang, he was still around the
sergeant
boat.
slowly turned around to face Agent Kurt. His expression
Come on,
was blank
Sergeant.
from the shock.
Damn.
Help me. Suddenly, a pale hand took hold of the sergeant from behind and pulled him overboard. Agent Kurt rushed forward and saw a pool of blood forming on the water.
What the hell?
He immediately took out his radio to call for help.
He wasn't even at the edge of the boat. There's no way his arm's out long to grab him like that without, you know, this agent knowing. Or maybe he was just in shock and he just let it happen. And before he realized what was happening, it was too late.
This is Agent Kurt requesting backup. I'm on top of the... Before he could finish, the creature, 924, broke through a sheet of ice and jumped straight towards Agent Kurt.
Dang.
It got on top of him. Agent Kurt quickly fired at 924.
Did he do anything?
Few shots made contact, and it was forced to retreat to the water.
Ooh, nice. Good job,
Was
Kurt.
it the same one that took Marlowe? Or is there more of them? Agent Kurt thought to himself. He got up and ran to his boat. He had to get back to mainland as
Whole race
soon
of
as
them.
possible. As he jumped on his boat, 924 climbed into it with a spear and hurled it towards Agent Kurt.
Oh my
He
god.
managed to dodge it.
Nice.
As it found its mark on the boat and made a hole. The boat was beginning to sink as water poured in.
Probably what they planned.
924 lunged towards Agent Kurt and dragged him
Jesus.
underwater. It had him in its death grip.
How, wait, he went through that small ass hole? Yo, hold up. Rewind. There's no way.
Then, 924 lunged towards Agent Kurt and dragged him underwater. It had him in its death grip. And they were
Okay,
going
so it kind of seemed like he took him to the hole, but I mean, I'll just take that as just, you know, the animation just slipping up.
down rapidly. Agent Kurt took out his knife and managed to stab 924 multiple times despite feeling encumbered by the water.
So, is their blood just gray? Or is it just the animation, the rubber doesn't want to show, like, blood because kids watch this, who knows? But, like, if that's the case, and the blood is gray, then it was this dude's blood on the ship. It wasn't just the flesh of a human. So, maybe one of these dudes died on the ship, and those humans were fighting back to the last breath.
Enough for him to get away from it. It clawed at his legs, but he managed to climb back onto the fishing boat. He had lost both his gun and knife. His speedboat was sunk. Hypothermia became a problem as he shivered in his wet clothes. His wounded leg was beginning to smart. On top of all that,
smart?
he was alone
Oh my God, who talks
and
like
being
that?
hunted. Agent Kurt staggered his way back into the bridge and tried desperately to start the engine. Oh, come on. Start.
Come on.
Worthless piece of junk. He remembered his radio.
Damn, dude.
He ran out to the deck where 924 attacked him and saw his radio atop a drifting ice on the
Wow,
water.
how convenient.
It was some distance away. He would have to swim for it. He would either drown before he makes it, or 924 would hunt him down.
Well, yeah, your
Daylight
legs are
was fading
busted.
fast, and the cold was sapping his energy away. He had to act, and fast. He paced back into the bridge and broke out the fire axe, went to the edge of the boat, and waited.
Chop him up.
Come on, you bastard. I dare you.
Let's go,
He
Kurt.
gripped the axe in anticipation.
He's
He couldn't
ready.
feel his wound anymore, as if the adrenaline had numbed all his senses of pain and fear.
Ooh.
He
Should
could see
swim
the
now.
antlers under the water, getting closer and closer. As it lunged out of the surface, Agent Kurt swung the axe against
get
it
it.
with all his might and struck right at its neck.
Ooh,
Down
chopping
it
necks
fell,
off.
back into the water.
Get him.
Agent Kurt watched the water for another moment. Decided that 924 was down for good, he tossed the axe aside and took off his wet
He just dropped it in the boat. Is he trying to make another hole or something? Come on now.
parka as it would only slow him down, then jumped into the water. He swam with all his energy, and eventually he reached the radio.
Uh-oh.
This is Agent Kurt calling for help.
You're calling them in the water? Why don't you swim back, bro? Oh my god.
I'm stranded in the middle of nowhere. I need backup right now. Just go to the village and they'll tell you where. Over. He held his breath and waited. Copy. Backup is en route. Over. Thank you.
You can't get back on the
Thank you
boat or
so
something?
much. But his predicament didn't end there. Just as he began to relax,
Yeah, you're in the water,
924
bro.
returned.
Come on now.
Oh no, 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 no. Hours later, the backup arrived. They found the radio, but no signs of Agent Kurt.
Dang, come on,
Soon
Kurt.
enough, they found him, along with Sergeant Marlowe. But they were already dead.
Oh my god,
Their
Kurt.
insides were emptied out, swaying lifelessly to the rhythm of the water. Remember to check...
Damn. The animation just didn't leave off on like a weird note. Things actually wrapped up in a decent way, so I actually like this. This SCP seems kind of unique. Still more to be desired about this SCP, but you know, this is just how animations are. I'll probably read the file and see a little bit more about, you know, what this SCP is all about and how much instances there are in this SCP. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this animation though, please remember by smashing that like button, also smash that sub button, and hit that bell so you can stay plugged for each and every upload. And also let me know what you guys thought about this SCP and how badass Kurt was. So with all out the way, fortunately, that concludes today's episode. However, I'll catch you guys on the next one.